seconded le ton accordé timeline in the first round with a total of 12 obstacles and 15 efforts to overtake. The first round here tonight under the lights of San Miguel de Allende during the second day. Can you believe it's Canola already the second day? Time flies, and time flies. It's the second day of our Automio Show 2024. Time for but the highlights, our Just Max Team Competition.
10 equipos que se disputan hoy para estar en el segundo recorrido. Los 5 mejores equipos pasan al segundo recorrido aquí por primera vez. La prueba de equipos Automi Under the Lights. Les vuelvo a mencionar los nombres de los equipos. El equipo número 1 Agarra Mexicana, después Móvil, después Escapino, después Bulldog Springs, después Apple Equestre, después el Rebel Sego, después Guns N' Roses, después Tejanes Equestrian Academy, después Sabino Farm y por último Maíz. Es una prueba con 2 recorridos, la distancia son 510 metros y el tiempo concedido 82 segundos.
San Miguel de Allende. I hope you're ready because we are counting on you tonight. We're counting on your enthusiasm, on your applause, and your support for every single one of our teams. Let's just ask me Carla, how is DJ ready with an incredible song? An incredible song that every single one of you knows. You know the lyrics by heart, so sing along. We don't have any boundaries, we don't have any rules tonight. So sing along as loud as you possibly can to see if everyone is set and ready for our team competition tonight. So our house DJ, music maestro, here we go, San Miguel de Allende, sing along with this classic. Here we go. As loud as you can, as loud as you possibly can, San Miguel.
to this final fence and
We have a new lead.
A very good evening, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome to what is going to be a spectacular night of jumping. We've got the teams to bring you live here in Mexico. A tremendous night of fun, but also serious competition as well. All of the two-star riders are getting involved, and there's a wonderful start list. You can see the teams there. We go in rotation, all the opening riders going, and then so on and so forth. We'll take you through that. Andres Torres, though, is going to be the pathfinder there for the HLM team, and then Geronimo Guillemez. We've seen these riders in action already in the two-star, and it'll be fascinating to see which ones perhaps come out on top, who ultimately can push their team into the second round of the competition and then maybe even towards a jump off. We'll look forward to how it all begins to unfold as the evening goes on. But plenty of big names in and around. Javier Fernandez, Eduardo Pierre de Menez, and plenty more besides the 10 we can see on the screen. But it is 10 teams there that are going to sort of take us through as we look forward. In fact, let's talk teams. The Haras La Mexicana, the HLM team. We've got Mobil, the oils and petroleum manufacturer. Equestrian team, Scapino, Sultans of Swing, AP Equestrian team, Del Trebol Stable, Guns N' Roses. My son will be supporting that one. Jan's Equestrian Academy, then Sabino Farms, and the last team, Team 10, the Mighty 7. Could they be the Magnificent or Mighty? They certainly will be if they can find their way to the top here today. But it is, as I say, 5 teams from the opening round that'll go forward into the second round. So we'll see a very, very interesting battle between them, and the scores are aggregated over the rounds to give us, of course, the outcome and results. So I think it's just about time to get things underway. Delighted to have you with us here alongside me, Gareth Jenkins, for what is going to be a top night of entertainment here with you live in Mexico. Welcome to this amazing resort of Autonomy. We're looking forward now to the team competition. Kicking things off for the HLM team, it's going to be Andres Torres Hernandez with Vivant Comedy PS. All important to get your team off to a pretty good start if you can. Time will always have some level of influence, and when it comes to the time allowed, it's set at 82 seconds. Of course, under the lights tonight makes it all look a little bit different out and about. They did have the opportunity to have a little bit of a training session here a couple of nights ago under the lights. But this course, I mean, it's a decent test, having had a little look round. I think it's going to certainly keep them on their toes or keep them on their hooves. 3 doubles, no combination. Time allowed 82, as I said. Still 15 jumping efforts for these horses and riders to tackle. They're jumping a height of 1.35 m, though, so it should just feel a little bit more comfortable. Coming away from the in-gate, down here, this line 3 to 4. Nice 7 even strides for them from 4 to 5 before you come back on yourself. He really was holding, coming down to that double at 7A and 7B, the triple bar going in to the upright coming out. Run 11 strides down to that double, and then you get this twisty section. I've seen how Olaf Peterson Jr., our German course designer, has been doing this over the course of the classes here. better way, of course, putting the twists in towards the end. It's not quite like it was in the two-star class a little earlier, but what a start that is for the opening team here tonight. They'll be over the moon. I certainly think they will feel good. So we're off and running with a clear round for the HLM team with Andres Torres Hernandez there and Vivant Comedy. Comfortable on the time, 78.97 is that final time. So just to remind you, time allowed is 82, so I guess that's 3 seconds inside. Certainly enjoying the DJ action here tonight as well. The music absolutely pumping. Geronimo Jimenez Herrera with Conti Boy. It's T-Mobile. I'm sure they've got some gas in the tank to try and power the team. Maybe to give them a little bit extra horsepower here tonight. They've got Sergio Alvarez Moya in their anchor position, the Spanish start. You know, he was losing. It was almost as if we were going in slow motion because he just lost all of his momentum coming down to the triple bar. It's unusual, and then sort of put down on it. The horse did well actually to jump out the other side. He also could just get a little bit tight with the time here. 82 seconds. He's not going to have a lot spare. He's still got another jump to clear yet. Time allowed now. Time penalties adding on. And that brings up the score of 8. It's the triple bar down and also picking up 4 for the time. On a time of 85.14. And there's the fence going. The rest of the round actually wasn't too bad, but he never really was able to push the horse up the gear really needed to try and get inside the time. So difficult start for Team Mobile. They on that score of 8 already, but it is just the opening rider for the teams. Next to go, Eugenio Raza Perez riding Jewel Wish T. Riding here for the equestrian team, Scap.
Tenemos a el primer integrante del equipo escapino, Eugenio Garza, que monta el Ecuestre.
Here we go, back on ourselves, over the little upright. Get through the double without any trouble. Well, it's been a little bit of a rattle and roll a few fences ago, but they're all still standing where they need to be. Oof, needed a little bit of voice encouragement there. Powered up and power on. Crossing the line with a clear round. Great news for that team. The equestrian team have given themselves a really strong start. So good jumping from Eugenio Garza Perez and Jewel Wish T. 3 have gone to a clear. Well, the next to go, the Sultans of Swing. A little bit of Dire Straits fuel. Hopefully not any Dire Straits out there for these two. It's the turn of... there's the Sultans of Swing. I could start singing, but you really don't need that. Right, Jose Antonio Chidori Prom, riding Kalia D. So as we can see, the rankings with the green line after Team 5 is because that's the cutoff to get into the second round of this competition. It's quite a short stride on this horse. That 82 seconds is going to be awfully tight. It's just over by the one single penalty. Jose Antonio Cherie Prom and Kalia D there for the Sultans of Swing, picking up a single time penalty. Well, next to the lineup is the AP Equestrian team, the Pathfinder. Really does get you tapping, a real rock and sort of DJ's really going for it tonight. A little bit of Slim Shady maybe. Right, the AP Equestrian team. Should we get back to the serious business, but the music will carry me away all night long. This is Arturo Prueba De Equipos, riding the simply named Oliver for the AP Equestrian team. The teams, of course, having to try and pick perhaps the strongest riders. Either if you've got two strong riders, calm, relaxed, you can sort of put them first and last. But if you've got just the one, then you're perhaps going to need to put them at the end, or even put them at the beginning. It's about just trying to work together as a team. Try and feed back a little bit of information after your round. Cheerio not doing anything untoward, keeping it very tidy. Well, they've kept it clear at the moment. Again, they're not. The time, how tight is it going to be? It's going to be very tight, but they might just get in. They have. They certainly will feel good. Well done, Arturo Prueba De Equipos. Clear round number 3 goes, of course, to those two. And congratulations there to the equestrian team. I'm just pausing because I'd like to listen to the music. Right, next up, it's the turn of Javier Fernandez, and this is Chris, K-R-I-S, Chris, the DTS team. Scores so far. 3 of the teams on a total of 0. Gets away with a little tap. I suspect on the run down to that triple bar, there's probably a half stride. Which is why he's just seeing a little bit of a different approach. Rider to rider. Where are they going to be? Are they going to be a clear? Is this the start that they needed? Javier Fernandez for the DTS team has indeed gone clear. So we are up to 4 out of 6. One of the 2 that hasn't yet had a clear, or didn't jump a clear, only just picked up a time penalty by the whisker. Well, this is going to be another combination to come in and join us. I was curious which... yeah, welcome to the jungle. I don't quite feel like we're in the jungle. We're in one of the most beautiful parts of the world here in Mexico. But this is the Guns N' Roses team led out by Luis Alejandro Placiano, riding Enzo BJX. Bit of a different feel as well for the horses jumping under the lights, not your everyday experience. Gets a lovely good shot through the double. And they've done it. Congratulations, the pair of them. Looks up at the scoreboard just to check the clock, but it is a clear round. So Luis Alejandro Pasiliano has delivered as well. So their team, the Guns N' Roses team, moving on in a positive direction. We'll get some scores updating things. 3 more riders to go in the opening rotation as the next team lining us up. The turn now of Seren's Equestrian. Well, here we go, the music's kicked in. It must be time to go jumping once again. This is Cananeto LS, and in the saddle is Regina de la Cabada Moreno. To a good start. doing a great job at the moment. This could be the start that the team need, but unfortunately it isn't. The clear round run has stopped. They finish on that final score of 5 as they just click over by 0.23 of a second into time penalties. So it's a 4-1 for 5 for Argina de la Carbaranda. Next up, it's going to be the turn of the next of our teams. This is the Savino Farms. This is the turn of Eduardo Pere de Menef, the Brazilian rider. Putting his colours tonight, though, towards this team that he's joining into. Well, I'm sure that the teammates will be happy with that. And Eduardo, of course, you're putting experience to the front of the line out as the first to go. And I think that will be everything the team would have wanted and a little bit more from Eduardo Pere de Menef there. So the next team really making something with the volume. This is the mighty 7. Alberto Hara Esquerracio riding Giuseppe. This going rather well. I mean, this has been a brilliant start for all the team riders, realistically. We've 6 out of 9 so far clear. One of the teams picking up just a single penalty. And at the moment, it could end up being 7 out of 10. They gave that a little bit of a knock, but it's still up. Are they over the last? Yes, they are. So they've certainly got their supporting cast with them. They gave a big cheer as they landed over the final fence, but it's a great start then for that team. All 10 teams now have jumped one rider. So Alberto Jara Esquiendo. Well done there to the team 4. I can't remember all the teams' names, of course. That was 97. Well, this is meaning now that we turn over to the second rider of the team, so we go back to where we started, back to the HLM team. This is the ride for Maria Michelle Rodriguez. This horse is called Gavilano Van Het Velospoot. First of their riders, as you can see, came home with a 0. Just put them in a good place just to start. Edging ever closer, moving around this course. It's an important moment, of course, as the team started off with the 0 score. They're desperate to try and keep it, but it's never easy when you're always going to have the rider go first in the rotation. So there we have it. It's a really solid performance from Maria Michelle Rodriguez, as the music rings out to confirm the clear. So we got 8 clears. We're into the second rider for each of these 10 teams. Now from the next to go, Martina Franco Stefan riding Ecuador de Beaufort, which means we're now back with the Mobile team. Alright, coming into this little fence, because the little buck is feeling quite loose. We'll want to be a bit careful. Deeper you go into this course. Nicely jumped in and jumped out, still keeping it clear. Well, Ecuador de Beaufort and Martina Franco Stefan about to deliver the goods here for the Mobile team. Just a couple more fences left to go. Martina Franco Stefan. She just had the last down. She has. Oh, can you believe it? The last fence has gone down just as when I was preparing to put her in as a jump-off rider. Take her out again. I'd like to Martina. That's the last down. Here it comes. Caught it in front. Not the first. Won't be the last. Well, the equestrian team's got next. Emilio is the second rider out for the team, Emilio Rodriguez. Riding here with Boomerang du Milan.
Segundo integrante del equipo Scapino, Emilio Salinas, que monta Boomerang du Milan.
Of course, with these teams already with a clear on the board, as the clears continue to mount, with second riders starting to get clear, as we've seen already with the first two riders to go in those teams, the HLM team and the Mobile team. The equestrian team's gap trying now to keep it to the 4. Could also pick up a time penalty here. For the score come the end of the round, so it is time as well to bring it up to 6. Sixth final score there for equestrian team Scap. 2-minute means we turn to the Sultans of Swing. Diamond for Pleasure. Score, of course, moving the teams around a little bit here. We've still got 6 that could finish on 0. On course here with Diamonds for Pleasure. This is Juan Pablo Chidorai Prom. Such a long run down to that triple bar, it really does make them think they're just not overcommitting to it. That was a little bit of a tap, but it's still up. Back round the corner, the lad should be fine. Oh, is that gone? They got away with it, we'll find out soon enough, but it is otherwise a clear for Diamond for Pleasure then. So that round there for the Sultans of Swing team. And a second rider to go. Looking like we are good to continue. So the AP equestrian team here with Isaac Parada Uteras with Dollar Boy LS.
Equestrian team usa parada con Dollar Boy LS.
Dollar Boy certainly going pound for pound with the fencers on this course. Now looping back round. Well, they're doing everything they need to at the moment to keep the team in play for perhaps a top 5. The AP Equestrian team with Isaac and Dollar Boy LS get their clear round. So great news for them. 77.92, so that was a good time as well. Kept moving all the way. So quality performance from them, but it is at the moment about the 9 that have completed the course and kept it tidy without time faults. Next up, Lorena Mena Rodriguez by Elvis to put, and she's competing for the DTS team. To be careful of the time allowed if you're going to go that slowly from 1 to 2. Every now and then just ask the horse, which is understandable, just giving those little half hauls just to bring the horse back on its hocks, really allow it the ability to use its body, lifting the front end. But in doing that, she is just taking quite a risk in terms of the time allowed. I mean, I think she'll be okay if it is a little bit more generous. It's sat at 82 today, but wasn't going to be much in it, and could easily go the other side of the line. That 79.66 does mean that they stay inside the time allowed by a couple of seconds, just over. So 10 riders so far have jumped it clear for their team. These 10 teams looking to be whittled down to 5 to go into the next round of jumping. Next up, though, Antonia Mora is riding Jump Start. I think we're just about ready to go. There is a hold, that's why nothing has, no one has started yet. Off we go. Well, the Guns N' Roses team will be very happy with the way it's going at the moment, but they'll also know there's a couple of fences left now, just the one. Time is good. Positive round of jumping. So, really well done there. Antonio Mora, jump star, goes clear. And that means good news for the team as things move on. Clears just keep coming though. Next up, you can see the Guns N' Roses team now with a decent time have moved to the top of that leaderboard. This is ATC's Macau. There's the bell to start us off for the Sierjans equestrian team. There's the bell. Here we go. Carlos, ATC's Mako, Carlos Pereda. And the lighting on this arena is so good, I so often keep thinking it's still daylight, you don't really notice the difference. Edging ever closer to the finish line, trying to keep to that score of 4. Last has gone, I heard that. Never mind, saw it. It's 80 exactly in terms of the time. But it is a score of a fence down. So sadly to go no further. Well, having a little nose round, getting ready to go. This so Carablou goes next. So far still 6 of the teams could get home on 0 in the opening round. He's got those first few fences out the way, now can come back round. Going very well though for the team. Going down towards home. Again, just not going to be as fast as the current individual leader, but it's more importantly in teams about jumping clean rounds, clear rounds, what's required, and that's what they've done. So, well done. So the next rider to come forward, Ana Sofia Lagaretta Hernandez, riding Perel Optima Santa Rosa. And riding here for the mighty E7. We're good to go. Trying to make sure the team stays on that 0 score. Perel Optima Santa Rosa then, here we go. Gets away with a little bit of a tap and roll. Optima Santa Rosa coming along to the triple bar. Of course, this round finishing as well will bring us to the halfway mark in this first round of the team competition tonight here in Autonomy. Well done. Oh, no, not well done. There's time penalties to add in. 3 of them as well because of that 0.01 of a second. Instead of it being 2, it is 3. So we've got 12 that have left all the fences up and gone clear. We've got another 2 or 3. There's 3 of them, isn't there? All leaving the fences up but picking up time penalties. So that means there are now just 5 teams that could finish on 0. Mariano is here. Mariano on 8 Decima. Beautiful Red is the name of the horse. Of course, going into another rotation of riders. We've gone through the first and second rider for each of the teams. Now it's the third rider to go. Well, they are doing a very calm round here. Horse looks to be listening to the rider. Mariano is riding here. Of course, now we've gone back to the HLM team. One of those 5 teams that could yet finish on 0. Just cannot afford a fence. Did well coming out of the double because that could have easily caught them out. Just the one final fence. And the 82 seconds is also going to work against them. 2 time penalties. Did well though, left the fences standing, and it just means a score of 2 for the moment. So that was the HLM team's third rider in the pack. Next to go, it'll be the third rider in the pack for the Mobile team. Ivana Calendariera Robinson Boros, HBS Caracola.
tercer integrante del equipo móvil y ganará con H, es el de Caracol.
Certainly a nice jumping horse, unfortunately. Or I should say, fortunately for them, they've managed to leave all the fences up, so that HSB Caracola going clear. Havana Gandara Robinson Boros means now it's the turn of Mitzi Kasakasa, the equestrian team scrap. Riding here with Viking Delume. Of course, the two-time penalties we saw come in to play a little earlier now means there's just 4 teams sat on a 0 score. The equestrian team scrap currently on a score of 6, down in 8th place. Just asking for a little bit of more in front of the leg. She's going to need it here. He's actually doing a great job here. Oh no! Speak too soon and suddenly it all got wrong. So they finish on the 4, safe on the clock, but they just went up more than out. When they got to that parallel, the back rail, they just could never get there. So it's a 4 more to add to the score then for the equestrian team scarp. Next up, we'll get set to go with these two. It's an amazing Amy and Nicole Meyer Robredo for the Sultans of Swing, who's set on a score of 3. So after 2 riders have gone, still could well push to try and aim for Lovely to see these horses jumping under the lights. Really amazing sight. This is going to turn out to be quite a good round in a minute. She's really moving on. She's just had to take a lot of pulls, really losing all of the momentum coming down to the last, and it's the time that's going to cost them. The Sultans of Swing have added 3 more. They go up to a team score of 6, and well, amazing game. It all had gone well, and then it was here on the turn back, and then the fence that followed and the fence to the end. It all just got a little bit untidy. But it means the Sultans will swing onto a 6 penalty score in terms of the team overall, so they are sat in 8th place at the moment. Now for the AP equestrian team. So Carlos Rodolfo Molina Gordil riding Romy Ellis del Turbo. This is a team currently sat in 3rd with that 0 score. Gets over the final fence, 81.94. They certainly will feel good. All the team will, because it will keep them there in 3rd place for the moment. In fact, they've gone into 4th, but that's just because they're the one team that's jumped. So when you combine the times, it's moved them down, but they're still on a 0 score. That's what's most important. That's the bit that really counts. Maria Gabrielle Bergerel and Vienna de Lobrized up next. Rides for the DTS team. And the DTS team, not to be mistaken for the ETS team. Still on a 0 score. Coming down to the triple bar, this double. Got to shorten up a little bit to get out over the second part. She almost backed off too much. Somehow, though, the horse really tried to save the day and gets through and keeps them clear. Still clear. Just what the team will have wanted from their number 3, and they've got it. Have they? Yes, on time as well. They're fine. 78.18 on the clock, but it is that clear round that ultimately what they really, really needed. Well, the next up is the turn of Xavier Moros Bunch riding with Da Vinci. Music kicks in once again. These two are part of the DTS team. So, Xavier and Da Vinci getting into this course now, coming down this line away from the in-gate. One of 5 riders left in this third rotation. Then we'll move on to the last rider to go in each of the teams, and of course that's when it really does sort of put a bit more pressure on. It's quite a long course this, isn't it? Ooh, caught out at the double. Around they come, back into this final curved line. It's just got a bit more expensive. Struggled a bit towards the end to keep the fences up, but the last has stayed. Despite that, getting a little tap from Xavier Moros there. Riding for Da Vinci. "13 to jump. Maria Gabriel Bergal Gusmo." It is not. Just when you think you know where you're going. Christian Lopez Zerritz goes next. So Christian Lopez and Riel. Oh, he's had that down. And it's not a fence we've really seen fall. It's like this line hasn't caused too much trouble. On the 4 as they come back round. Little double. It's double to double as well, isn't it? On the 4. Sadly, it is not working out under the lights this evening for the combination here. Actually done to add to the list of clears. Where are we up to? I think we've got 12 more to jump. We've got another 3 or 4 to jump or so from this third rotation. Patricio Pascual Now, this is a team that are on a clear, leading up front at the moment for the SF team.
Tercer integrante del equipo Sabino Farms, participación en la serie Equestre.
What they do need to make sure is that if you have a team and you can get 4 good rounds in, you're going to, the opening round, put a lot of pressure that will on those still to come in the second round. And it's sort of been whittling itself down. We're down to just 3 teams that could yet finish on 0. Four jumping efforts left, 4 faults the score. It's now 8. Well, finishing therefore on a score of 8 for Patricia Pascal has certainly swung the order for a team that up to that point hadn't had any penalties at all, and suddenly after the third rider to go they've certainly tumbled down the order. Juan Bastita Pidristi.
Tercer integrante del equipo 5 seconds. Quando Sabino di seconda, los meters a del
Part of the SF team. One doing a great job as well. He's just now keeping it all calm. It's gone a little bit wider than one or two of the others have done. Nice jump, confident in and out of the triple bar to the upright. The combination fences sort of just keep coming, really. Everybody keeping a close watch on this round, just wanting to make sure it's a clear round. And it is Adele PS and Juan Bastida. So, as one departs, another arrives. Get some nice replay shots. So even looks even more spectacular, doesn't it, under the lights? Well, now we'll try for Julien Pedretti. No, we won't. We'll go to Alberto Sanchez Garza. Well, the music stops, and there's the scoreboard at the moment. 2 teams on a 0 score. Well, we're back to the beginning. Alberto Sanchez here with Abril Hilchazed, a team that at the moment have a grand total back of 2. Well, pushing on here, Alberto and Abril Hilchazed trying to finish the team off as strongly as possible. They'll want to make sure they've got a good enough round to keep them in the top 5, and a clear round right here will do that, although he's just taken all the momentum out. He was just finding no room at all. That was a clever bit of riding. Good responsiveness from the horse as well. Well, they certainly will feel good. 72.06 is the final time, using that round to push the team up into second place. So I have a feeling we'll all but guarantee their qualification for the next round a little later on. Oh, this is the turn. Oh, that's... Is it Sergio? It doesn't look like Sergio. I would have said this is another of the riders. Moving along these rounds, ignore the graphics. It's certainly not Sergio Alvarez-Moya riding. He may well have done in the past, but it's not been his since the beginning of this year. Still going well. Don't want to apply the gas to the commentator, but I've got to talk at some point. Just these final 4 jumping efforts. Still as it stands, Sergio Alvarez-Moya, if it is Sergio, as it could well be, although it does look a little strange, but we won't go against it. They've put themselves in their top 3 yet again in another ranking competition. And there we have a clear round. Really nice. So the clear round confirming what they needed to know, and have jumped the clear. So great news for the team. Now it's Sergio Alvarez-Moya, and also just arrived is Bruno Carlino. Bruno Cavaliero here with Vigor C. Off to a good start, shouldn't have too many problems with the time. Back on themselves and still pushing on. was sort of getting to the point where he was losing either a little bit of control or just got caught out by the course. Ooh, got away with a little tap. Still they're clear at the moment. Not going to be quick in terms of the leading times that we've seen out of this second half of the course. But if it's a clear, it is a big and important round for their little quartet here.
Finishes after the first round at a score of 4 quickly round from Bruno Caballero.
0.78 para Bruno Caballero y el equipo termina el primer recorrido con 4 puntos.
Well, the partnership here trying to play a role in this team competition, bringing home another clear maybe. Great to see so many people, young and old, all beginning to flock in to the jumping here this evening. On the fault, which means nothing's going to change above them, both individually or for the teams. With a double on the 4 as it stands. Well, the fence is coming down late on to bring that score up to a total of 9 in the end, just over the time allowed. So take for jumping 1 for time 9. It is as a score there for Carlos. We go to the Castellan now. Cordial LS. Then in the background there, another rider that's already had a big win.
Next team, that is the AP Equestre team with Cordial LS.
Oh, we move on as the music stops. The next gets going. Well, in these 4th riders as well, they're taking away the worst results, so we will see those adjustments. Oh no, because they've been really pushing on. Well, Luis Gerardo Costas there and Cordial LS wrapping things up. So at the moment, 3 teams on 0, 3 teams on 4. The Guns N' Roses team, though, really needing a big round to try and push them back up a little higher. They need like a clear, really. Filippo Godino Ramaco riding Millennius San Rafael. Rides for the DTS team, first to the final 5 left to go. Lovely grey Millennium San Rafael. Got a lovely presence to it in the arena. Oh, where can they get themselves with this round? Got a long way to helping the team here, the DTS team. With their final rider jumping the last, it is over and done. The clear is theirs. Been missing one of those for a while. We've ended up with 19 now. Filippo, Millennium San Rafael. 4 more teams to go. 4 teams left. As you can see, that's the order at the moment. It'll be very fine, the line to get in to the second round. Andres as Carraga now with Al Capone for the Guns N' Roses team. They're a team that could well do with just pushing their nose up into the clears. But, they need that, therefore, to rely on with this. The Guns N' Roses team, Sweet Child of Mine. Al Capone jumping well in these early sort of stages of the course. Still pushing on rather quickly towards the last, and that would have been just what they were hoping to deliver the Guns N' Roses team. Well done, Andres as Carraga and Al Capone finishing with a very strong performance. So that got rid of that score of 4 and moves the Guns N' Roses onto a 0 score. So that is great news for them. But there are 3 teams left to go. Next up, the Jane's Equestrian team. Leonardo Otero Flores Leal riding here with Mes Verrolen PS.
Our next team in the first round, ladies and gentlemen, is the team Tejadas Equestrian Academy, with their final representative, Leonardo Otero Flores, and the beautiful Mes Verrolen PS.
En la pista, cuarto integrante del equipo Cejanes Equestrian Academy, Leonardo Flores con Néstor Martínez.
Off to a very, very good start, really moving across the ground as well. They've got a little bit of pace to this round as well as it so far. Looking strong. Well, the CJ's team at the moment down on that score of 25. They need this round perhaps more than any other team. Where is that going to put them? Where is it indeed going to file them up into the order? We'll get that confirmed in a moment, but well done to Madison Lane PS. So that moves the team. Doesn't really move the dial too much, does it? Sadly, keeping them on that score of 25. Disappointment for them. This is the turn next of... Is this? I thought we just had that one. Yeah, there we have. They need to update the graphic. This is Nikolai Hertruins and Nariano. Danish rider. Riding here for the Settling Farms. On a team score of 8 at the moment. Nikolai coming down to the little upright, jumps that. There's just been a little bit of confusion over who came in earlier, because I've got this as Nikolai. Yes, the system just hasn't updated. I'll find out in a moment. I think that was Nikolai. Therefore, finishing things in this final round of, well, the first round of final rider rotation. Nikolai. So that was the Savino Farms combination. Next to go will be the Mighty 7. It's been going so well. Will it continue with Karin H2? And this is Erin Ballard and the mighty 7 Teams anchor rider. Well, the music's playing and off we go. Karin H2, Erin Ballard. Course has worked really well, actually. We had a good number of clears. In and out of the double without any trouble. It's coming down to these final few fences. Gets in, gets out. Finishes it all off with style, does Erin Ballard. The mighty 7 will be very happy with the fact they've got the clear round to wrap things up with as we come to the end of the opening round, and we'll in a moment begin to turn our attention towards that second round. But there's your 5 teams that have qualified. At the top of the order, it is the HLM team. So congratulations to them. But another round of jumping to go. It isn't done yet. Looking forward to that second round. 15 minutes is the break, and then we come back with that second round of the teams. The top 5 all coming back for another exciting round.
posible desempate.
and ready for the second round. So there are 5 best teams. AP Equestrian team, Notable Stables, Guns N' Roses, Savio Farms, and Harris Lab Mexicana. And one more time, we're going to test if we're all ready, if we're all enthusiastic, if we're all full of excitement for the second round. So once again, San Miguel de Allende, I ask you to sing along as loud as you possibly can with this classic. Music, maestro, here we go. One of the best songs in musical history. Okay, San Miguel, are you ready? Because this is going to be some second rounds. You all know the lyrics from start to finish. So take a drink, take a tequila, and sing along. Because we need
We have a new leader.
Welcome back, everybody. Delighted to have you with me, Gareth Jenkins, here in Mexico for this, the final 5 of the teams. As you can see, these are the 5 that have qualified to come through. AP Equestrian Team, the Turbo Stable, Guns N' Roses, Sabino Farms, and Raza La Mexicana. 5 teams. And then for the other 5, of course, eliminated after the first round of jumping, but they've got to do it all again. There's a chance of a jump off as well if we end up with things getting tied at the top. So I think we're just about ready to go again. Of course, the course remains the same, and as much as it says it's Aaron Ballard on the screen, I'm pretty sure it isn't. Obviously, we've cut the teams in half, so now we're down, to 20 of them. Starting things off. And getting going once more. Time allowed 82 seconds. Let's have a little look at what happens here. It is the APE team. Artu Paradavilio and Oliver. The course designer's done a fabulous job tonight, really making them think. And they go through into this twist back. Coming down towards this final fence, the little plank landing on there we have it. We're off and running with a clear 81 seconds for the APE team. Should be happy with that. So puts the pressure on all of those still to come. All of those left have still got to try now and play catch up. This is going to be Javier Fernandez now with Chris riding for the DTS. What are they able to do? Right, onwards and upwards. Once again, it's 4 riders that started out in that opening round. Now they've got the 2 riders. That's a shame. No, the time is going to be important as well. Gets to the end. sure if that was clear or it wasn't clear. I was going to say, I'm sure we saw a fence go down, and yet it was still showing a 0. But either way, 4 is only one fence, and still room to improve. We'll have to see what happens with those that are yet to come. For the next up, 2 clears so far. Julio Parada Video and Javier Fernandez. Now, though, it is Guns N' Roses blaring out. I love Guns N' Roses. This is going to be the turn of Antonio Mera riding Jumpstar.
En la pista Luis Alejandro Plasencia que monta Enzo, equipo bronce.
Get through the double now over the water trade, now coming back. They certainly will feel good with that round, clear round. Guns N' Roses as a team are pushing forward. Next to go is Eduardo Piera de Menez at H5. Mesentus PS. Maybe the third clear. Can he put this SF team onto a trajectory to keep up with the DTS and the Guns N' Roses? Moving on. Nice so far. Eduardo Piera de Menez is really trying to set the ball rolling in the right direction for the team. And I think the SF team there will be quite happy with the way it started. As they also get that clear round on the board from their opening rider, which will of course just leave us one more to go. You count the best 3 of the 4 scores. Well, the HLM Andres Torres Sedem and Vivant Comedy PS.
In pole position in the second round, Team Maras La Mexicana with their first competition in Vivant Comedy PS. Andrés Torres Hernández for Team Maras La Mexicana.
En la pista el equipo Arama Mexicana con Andrés Torres y Vivan Comedy PS.
So Andres Torres Hernandez here, the team that qualified in pole. Giving themselves the advantage of at least knowing what the others will have done when they come in the arena for each round. Best 3 or 4 scores again to count. Every rider's favourite bit of music tonight, I Feel Good, means you've gone clear and done all you can. So again, that team starting well, but it's a pretty even start across the teams. You've got 4 clears and 1 of 4. So I just wonder how far this could go this evening. Could we end up going all the way into a complete new jump off later on? We will have to wait and see. There is a chance. Oh. Definitely sounded like a little bit of Eminem.
Segundo integrante del equipo AP Ecuestre Isaac Parada y Dollarboy LS.
Fitness going to come into a little bit, as much as the weather cools off a little bit here in the evening. It's a lot of jumping to come back and jump another full round. Really are pushing on here, this sort of skipping across this beautiful floor. Grass always looks great under floodlight. These horses do as well, and this is going to be another round that will go a long way to helping this team, because it was quick. You could see that with the way they were riding. 75.35 for the final time. So, that was in the end Isaac Gutierrez riding Dollar Boy. So that was for the AP. Next to go is the DTS team. Lorenzo Menez Rodriguez and Elvis Presley.
Segundo
started well. Of course, the DTS team perhaps in more need of a clear than the others because it was Javier Fernandez on their team that had that early offence down, and they don't want to fall away from the others with all the clear rounds that have been coming. Well, they wanted it, they needed it, they got the clear. 79-79, well done, Lorenza. And to Elvis Presley. The clear round, still just that one with a fence down, but that for the DTS team was a required score. Lorenzo Mena Rodriguez next up. Apologies, it is now the turn of Antonio Murfa riding Jump Star, SIH. So this is for the Guns N' Roses team. Popping over these fences without too much trouble. Jump Star jumps in, Jump Star jumps out. Now round we come, back on ourselves. Lining up that parallel, which is they're still clear. Well, they get a big cheer, don't they? They know what that means. It means it's a clear. Antonio Mura and Jump Star showing a lot of star quality and just adding to what is an ever growing list of clears that surely the dam might break at some point. Patricio Vescalpu and Cavolu. Lining up here for the SF team. So we now move into the pole position slot of the Echelon team, and Maria Michelle Rodriguez with Galvano van de Brasboot. Can they maintain this tremendous run, that form that they have had? Well, with all these clears, it makes it even worse if you do have a fence down, in terms of perhaps damaging your chances to do what you were hoping. You can see how it is at the minute, although even that 4 could vanish if they were to get 3 more clears. Big cheer, big support. Everyone having a really great night here. That's very, very noticeable. Well, we look now from Maria to what I hope is Carlos Rodolfo Molina Cordril, riding Romani LS del Treble.
The Equestre team, and it is the third representation is Carlos Molina and Ruby LS Treble for Team Aping Equestrian.
Tercer integrante del equipo A de Ecuestre Team, Carlos Molina con Romy LS del Trébol.
Well, I guess it's a case of having to just be very, very careful now, because as we know in the arena at the moment is the APE team. Now they already have 2 clears, so that's what this round would do. Guarantee it. Nah, doubled up as well to put them on at 8, so they're going to need their last rider to be in tremendous form when they get there.
Para Carlos Molina del equipo A de Equestrian Team.
There's the scores on the board. And there's the music playing for Maria Gabriela Burgal Grasso, the DTS. We have this ride, Vienna Deluxe Bruzet. And they come towards the double. Yes, just a little bit of movement going well there. Should be glad she asked the horse to whoa a little. Otherwise that rail coming out of the double could have easily gone down. That one does go down. There's no way to miss it. So, pulled the score for Maria Gabriela Berganal there, riding Vienna de Lobrized. Well, always heartbreak when the last goes. Well, the tempo has gone up. It's Guns N' Roses, Xavier Mora Butch riding Da Vinci. Got off to a good start, the Guns N' Roses team, with a couple of clears. I'm sure they're now going to be hoping that will be locked in for them. Pushing forward and going for it now, so how do you get it? Mora Bunch here with Da Vinci. Important to these rounds, just ramping up with every single new horse and rider that walks in. Well, there'll be one left, and Guns N' Roses will be guaranteed a place. So well done to them. Will it be? Well, where will it be? They've secured and locked off their zero score, but there's others that can do that as well. The replay out the way, the next up. Tercero Pascual riding Gazelle SM. Just taking a moment and getting ready.
So, Team Guns N' Roses guaranteed all the zero score. This is how the turn low. Please Pascal and Gazelle SM for Team Sabino Farms.
En la pista, Patricio Pasquel que monta Gazelle SM, integrante, tercer integrante de Sabino Farms.
That is a really difficult moment for the team, because that'll sadly put the H onto that score. 4 so far. The clears becoming sort of more of them than I anticipated, but When you've got 0 scores, it can get very expensive very quickly. But for the moment, perhaps best way to describe it is a discard, maybe. Well, that was Patricia Pascual riding Gazelle SM. Next to go will be the turn of Mariano. Mariano on it, the Gimmer riding Beautiful Red. Or is it Mariano? I think it is. Beautiful Red looking very, very splendid. Gets that double out of the way. Now comes back to this tricky yellow parallel that's caught out a couple over the class. Still, it's a case of everything's pretty well spread out in terms of problems. Edging ever closer to the finish line for the Beautiful Red. Well, they pick up those 2 time penalties. You can see how that could make a difference. The Guns N' Roses team certainly have the advantage. Next to go, Patricia Pascual. Doing well at the moment, but now is the real crunch of this competition. Luis Guerrero Costatendia. Oh, coming down to the triple bar here for Luis Gerardo Costanda. Cordial. Well, you need a little luck in sport. They've used theirs up. This time, she had time. Well, he had time, I should say, for a time penalty. Yeah, he did have time. 1 time penalty. I mean, it was awfully close, but it just hasn't quite come off in terms of getting an actual clear. Well, Felipe Gudiño Marco Millennium San Rafael. Hearing the music kick in, knows it's time to play. And this horse certainly reacting to it pretty quickly as well.
En la pista Felipe Boniño, Juan Miguel San Rafael, del equipo del Ecuestre.
And the 4 as they come into the home stretch. Philippe. So far. So they get to the end on a total of 8. So that'll go into the mix. And that should finalise the score for the team, because there's only, of course, that final 4 left to go as the mark goes in for the APE. Andres Azcárraga with Al Capone looking to try and steal a march on the opposition and deliver another clear. Jumping well at the minute. Got a nice rhythm to the round. I would think the time shouldn't be too much trouble. The SF team trying to lock everything in and better that 4 that they currently are on. Big applause. They got the clear they wanted. They will feel good for it as well. There was a lovely cheer going up from the crowd. Popular rider. So, well done to the partnership there. I'll just wait and see who comes next. I not really want to guess because I think the order might change. I might be wrong. Well, of course, designer's obviously happy everything's put back together again. Nikolai Hyrus. Finnish rider. letting this horse run. And Naranjo giving the confidence back to the rider giving the confidence to the horse. Got a sort of similarity in the way that he rides to Henrik. Not the same, but similar. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable that that's just gone at the end. You cannot have credited that that could have happened. Alberto Sanchez-Cozar has the fence down, and with it, unfortunately, it is a final score of a 4. Wow, what a night, what a performance, and what a result for Guns N' Roses, and of course for the other team sat there on 0, which is the SF team. So there's the order: Guns N' Roses, Sabino Farms, AP Equestrian 1, Harris, Mexicana. That final fence going down, costing them a place or 2 or 3. And the Terrible Stibble finishing there in 5th place. Well, by my reckoning, we get set for a jump off now for the top 2 teams. And that we will we'll see that the course get ready.
There to 10A, 11, and 12 to finish. So 14, that was fence number 7A, Bardus Pump, but will become a vertical in the jump-off shot from the other side as well. So that is fence number 14, finishing on fence 12, the vertical of double tequila to conclude the jump-off round. 14, 5, 6, 9A, 9B, 10A, 11, and 12.
Obstáculos al desempate 14, 5, 6, 9AB, 10A, 11 y 12. La distancia 380 metros y el tiempo 61 segundos.
San Miguel de Allende 2024 Yotomiho Show. Are you ready to rock and roll one final time tonight? Team Guns N' Roses and Team Sabino Farms with Andres Azcárraga and with Nikolai Hein-Ruus. The jump off of our team class presented by Shop Max. San Miguel de Allende 2024 The Otomior Show. Are you ready for the final decision in the jump off of this pre-powered by Shop Max, our team competition with two combinations, Andres Azcárraga and Nikolai Hein-Ruus in the jump off. jump off of this spree powered by Jump Max. The final moment tonight of our team competition 2024. And two incredibly strong combinations. Al Capone and Andres Azcárraga, and Naranjo and Nikolai Hein-Rus. Is it going to be Team Guns N' Roses, or is it going to be Team Sabino Farms who's going to take home the win?
Solicitamos la presencia de María Michelle en el paddock, por favor. María quedó como la mejor amazona en este Jammex.
Well, we're down to the final two. It really does come down to this. It's going to be a battle between two teams, one rider apiece, a jump off against the clock. And this is what it has all found its way to. We started with 10 teams. We got down to 5 after the opening round, and then we still couldn't split them. So here we go. It's jump off time. And Andres Azahara and Al Capone is going to start things off in this round for the Guns N' Roses team. And then we'll move on in a moment to Nicholas Hairus and Naranjo. But let's have a little look at how this is going to work. Starting over what is a new fence 14. On they go to what was 5. Now the turn back to 6. Never easy when you're first in this sort of class because you're trying to, most importantly, stay clear. You need to force your opponent into an error. Out of the double in 20 seconds. Now to what was 10A up the top, right in front of us. The turn back to 11 and then on to the same final fence at 12. But that has gone. It has gone. 4. Clock stops, 37.79. He's left the door wide open. Andres trying to keep the pace up. Of course, it's a balancing act for the next to go. We'll come to that, but in a moment you'll see if we get this next fence on the replay. So here they are, the last to go. 37.79 and 4 to beat for Nikolai Haris. And this is Naranjo, the last out. Of course, clear round would win it. If he has a fence down, he's got to be faster than 37.79. How does he approach it? I have a feeling he's going to go for the clear over and above. And the trouble is sometimes you can go for the clear and it can actually cause you a problem because you end up being a little bit over careful and you don't quite set the horse up in the rhythm that you need. But he seems to be going okay at the moment. And of course, if you've been trying to take it steady to jump a clear and then have the fence down, you leave yourself nowhere to go because you can't make the time up. You know, this is the advantage though, because he can come a lot wider here and set the horse up nicely. And he's coming towards home. What about that? Clear all the way, and 43.69 is the time. So he was slower, but it matters not because he was clear, and that means that the team that come out on top here are the team here with Nicolas Haris. Congratulations to them, and this result. Big high fives and much more for the team out there. The remaining riders all over the moon with the way that's worked out. Let's see how happy they are. What a great team competition under the lights here tonight in Mexico. Presentation heading our way in a moment or two. We'll get the teams back into the arena for the presentation of awards, and looking forward to that. But it is the Sabi team that win, and congratulations to them, to Patricio Pascual, also to Patricio Pascual Pu, and of course to Eduardo Perez de Menez, the fourth member of the team. So we'll take a short breath, short pause, and then we'll come back with you for the presentation of awards live here in Otomi.
La puntuación general de esta fecha del Tour Nacional de Equipos: Guns N' Roses con 97 puntos, Sabino Farms con 93 puntos, AP Equestrian Team con 85 puntos, Aras la Mexicana con 78 puntos, Scapino con 78 puntos también, Móvil con 77 puntos, Sultans of Swing 70 puntos, del Treble Stable 73 puntos, Sejanes Equestrian Academy 65 puntos y Mighty 7 64 puntos. Invitamos a esta premiación al señor Francisco Pasquel Vega y al señor Juan Manuel Cosío.
So we are getting set and ready for the prize giving of this team competition presented by Jump Max. Our final prize giving today during day 2 of the Otomi Horse Show 2024.
Tenemos en esta premiación, nos acompaña Francisco Pasquel Vega, presidente de este Jam Mex aquí en Otomí. Y el señor Juan Manuel Cosío, presidente de la Federación Ecuestre Mexicana.
Well, here come the team heading in for the presentation of awards. The Sabino Farms team have come out on top here. Guns N' Roses finishing in the runners-up spot ahead of the AP Equestrian team. They're in third. Well, they'll all be very happy. They've all had a fabulous night. It's been some great sport to right down to the finish. Great that we got it all the way through to the jump off. Everybody beginning to gather. Well, the podium is ready.
Y el tercer lugar fue para el equipo AP Equestrian Team. Arturo Parada, Isaac Parada, Carlos Molina y Luis Gerardo.
So the team stepping forward in third to receive their awards. Well done to the AP Equestrian team, the team of Luis Gerardo Castienda, also Carlos Rodolfo Molina Godillo, joined as well by Isaac Parada Artenaza and Torrio Parada Velio, just all between them heading in to that wonderful little treat basket. I think that's an amazing little sort of element. I've never seen it done quite like this until being here in Mexico, and I just think it's excellent. I'm sure there are plenty of other shows who do similar things. Don't mean to sound like I have a sheltered life, but I haven't seen it done quite like that before. Well done in second to the Guns N' Roses team. To our lineup, Andres Escaraja, of course, in the jump off with Al Capone, to Xavier Marabuk and Da Vinci, to Jumpstar and Antonio Mura, and their other combination of Luis Alejandro, Presiona O, and Enzo BJX. But the Sabino Farms win it.
Our winning team won a performance indeed from Eduardo Brena de Menezes, from Patricio Pascal, and Nikolai Heinrus, our champions team, Sabino Farms.
Well done to all of them. The Sabino Farms. What a great way to do the team jumping here as well. What a special night this turned into. Really excellent. We're going to send them up onto the podium, I think, now. Yes, we are. Well, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All 4 riders moving on up. The Sabino Farms team. Eduardo Perez de Menez, joined by Patricio Pascual Piu, as well as Patricio Pascual. And then let's not forget, he of jump off fame, Nikolai Heinrus. Worked out rather well for those gentlemen here tonight. Of course, no anthem for this class. Straight into the presentation of awards. Big day coming tomorrow as well. Huge day coming live to you here from this Mexico Full Tour, from this amazing event here in Otomi, because tomorrow we will bring you live coverage of the 5-star Grand Prix alongside a couple of other top class jumping competitions, but it is the big one, the big money on offer here. 10 tomorrow late afternoon we'll be getting that started, so you can be very excited. Some really strong horses and riders here, so that will all unfold as we take you through the day. But what a great night. Lots of goodies, lots of prizes, and most importantly, a little bouquet we can hand over to the grooms. Well, I think they need to go and find their horses again, so they can get set to go off on a lap of honour, but there's going to be a few more photos to remember the night by Maestro Dobel Tequila. Tequila, tequila, tequila. What else? You're in Mexico. Enjoy it. Handing over all the gifts and goodies, which they've certainly earned here this evening. They're going to then get back on and get set to head off on a lap of honour, but it is the Sabino Farms team of 4 tonight that have won this team event in the jump off ahead of Guns N' Roses, and then in third AP Equestrian team. Convenient, just carry a ladder with you. Make sure, as I say, you do what you can to tune in again and join us live here in Mexico tomorrow with that big Grand Prix. You can see the team in the background already getting things ready to go. An extra little award being handed out as well. Maria Michelle picking up her award.
Show 2024.
Big thumbs up and a happy lady. She's of course an ambassador of Just World International, amongst other things. A very well respected rider. Well, they're all on. I think it's going to be ready to go for a little gallop around this arena. It is time to stand up for the champions. Well done again to our quartet in the teams, to the winning team, to the Sabino Farms as they go off on their lap of honour. I'll leave you to your evening here in Mexico and look forward to being back with you tomorrow for what is going to be quite some day as we build through to that massive 5-star Grand Prix. So much more sport coming your way. We'll be together again tomorrow. Have a great evening wherever you are around the world.
Agradecemos a Francisco Pascal Vega por acompañarnos en la premiación de este Tour Nacional de Equipos.
And that's it for today. Day 2 here in San Miguel de Allende. Carola, thank you as always for being my co-star. And see you back tomorrow morning for Grand Prix Day here at the Otoño Show 2024. Indeed, tomorrow morning
We have a new leader.
Mañana a las 9 de la mañana con el clásico en esta pista.
Gabriel.